Graduands, graduates, guests, academic colleagues, mums, dads, friends, grandparents, supporters. Hello and welcome back to Leeds Beckett University. Please welcome the academic procession for the Carnegie School of Sport. Over the course of 7 days, more than 9,000 undergraduate, postgraduate and research students and graduates will be joining us to celebrate their achievements. Today's procession features academics from across the Carnegie School of Sport. Following our academics is our mace bearer, who would traditionally accompany the Chancellor or Vice-Chancellor to protect them from attack. But today their appearance is purely ceremonial. The mace was created in recognition of our name change to Leeds Beckett University in 2014. The design reflects the traditional style of ancient maces in acknowledgement of the long history of the university. Now that everyone is seated, it is time for today's ceremony to begin. We will start today's proceedings with speeches from Leeds Beckett representatives, who have played a key role in supporting the graduands and graduates here today. This part of the ceremony is a celebration of the hard work and dedication of the graduands, graduates and people who have supported them during their time at Leeds Beckett.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Tracy Lancaster. I'm a Deputy Vice-Chancellor here at the University. Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduands, graduates and guests. Welcome to Leeds Beckett University on what is a very special occasion. This is a momentous and long-awaited day for us all. It is my great pleasure to formally open proceedings. I now present Leeds Beckett University's Chancellor, Sir Bob Murray, CBE. Thank you.
We now present Chancellor of Leeds Beckett University, Sir Bob Murray, CBE.
It's an honour to address you on this long-awaited and joyous day. My name is Sir Bob Murray, CBE, and I am Chancellor of Leeds Beckett University, of which I am a proud graduate and honorary graduate. This year is special to me as it's the 50th anniversary since I graduated. I'm honoured to have been Chancellor for almost a decade. This privileged role has enabled me to witness the university's many achievements. 2022 marks 30 years since Leeds Beckett was awarded university status. In this time, more than 174,000 students have passed through the doors, creating a community of extraordinary talent. The university has created professionals in technology, business, legal, healthcare, sport, teaching, research, entrepreneurs, and innovators, making a positive impact on all. Each day, the university enhances the lives of all in the city, the country, and globally. There are Leeds Beckett graduates succeeding in over 150 countries. You made one of the most important decisions in your life by choosing Leeds Beckett University. You will all have incredible memories and friendships, which will remain with you for life. I'm under no illusion as to the amount of time, sacrifice, and sheer commitment demonstrated by you all. You've shown great tenacity. You set a goal and you've achieved them. You're entitled to feel very, very proud. Your degree will unlock doors and a bright future is before you. Please take time to really savor and capture this moment. Let the success you are celebrating today with your family, friends, and supporters give you the confidence to achieve your ambitions, whatever they may be. Seize opportunities, embrace all that life can offer, and don't be afraid. Be determined to aspire to a life of achievement. You have worked hard. You deserve the success that you have achieved. I wish you good luck and great fortune. Congratulations to you all.
We are now delighted to welcome Leeds Beckett University Chair of Governors, David Lowen.
Deputy Vice-Chancellors, Dean and staff of the Carnegie School of Sport, graduates, families, friends, honoured guest. I preside at this graduation ceremony as Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the governing body of the university. It is a great honour to do so on this very special day. And it is special. We recognise quite how special by wearing full academic dress. Please don't think that we go around dressed like this every day of the year. We don't. Indeed, after 3 years in the wardrobe, it's always worth checking for moth. So gowns, caps, bonnets, formality define this day as a rite of passage for our graduates. And also, as the Chancellor mentioned, celebration of hard work and achievement. A day to look back with pride, yes, but also a day to look forward to fresh challenges in a wider world. The Chancellor spoke of the opportunity for graduates to enhance the lives of others. And indeed, you will be better equipped to do so using the skills gained from study at Leeds Beckett. However, we hope perhaps for more than higher skills and good citizenship from graduates of this university. We also hope for leadership. Inflation, Ukraine, human rights, political uncertainty, climate change, let alone COVID, you name it. These are tough and demanding times. Leeds Beckett hopes that you graduate with the power of vision, the energy, the determination and to set the values and standards that can help lead others to a brighter and better future. That opportunity is yours, and it is a responsibility also. Graduands and graduates, around you are families, friends, and teaching staff. They have helped you to be where you are today. They've helped you with encouragement, by example, and no doubt the families have dipped into their pockets also. I suggest they deserve your appreciation. So graduands and graduates, if able, please rise. And now please express your thanks and appreciation to family, friends and staff with applause and cheers. Thank you. Please be seated. Now, families and friends, there probably won't be another occasion quite like this. This is your chance in great numbers and with great noise for you to say to them, congratulations and well done. Families and friends, stand, if able, and show us quite how proud you are. Okay, keep the energy for later as well. There will be much more opportunity for cheering and celebrating. So I suggest we progress towards the formal procedures of granting degrees. But before that, a word from our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Peter Slee. Thank you very much.
With a special message for our graduands and graduates, we are delighted to present Vice-Chancellor Professor Peter Slee.
Welcome to this graduation ceremony. Graduation is a perfect time for celebration, for reflection, and for commitment. Today, we are celebrating your extraordinary character, and in particular, the tenacity, perseverance, and resilience you've demonstrated in completing your studies. During the global pandemic, you faced a unique set of challenges that are unknown to previous generations of students. You had to create new routines, new ways of working, and new ways of communicating. You met this incredible challenge head-on. You completed your studies. It's an achievement of which you should be justly proud. In any academic year, graduation is a period of transition and therefore of reflection, and this year profoundly so. The pandemic has shone a clear light on systematic inequality and injustice, and on a deep-seated unfairness that has become embedded in our world. It has shown us that our planet can heal itself, but only if we are prepared to change our priorities. The pandemic has shown us what is really critical to our happiness, our health, our families, our communities. It is re-emphasizing the power of kindness, collaboration, selflessness, and love. So here and now is surely a time for deep reflection. When we talk about the new normal, what is it that we actually mean? Are we really saying it will just be a marking of time until we rush back to return to things as they were? I don't think so. I think our world is ready to change. We have today in our hands an incredible opportunity to address the issues that face us, to change the world and to make it a better place, more just, fairer, more equal, more sustainable. So that brings me to commitment. Yes, these are difficult times, but none of us is ever defined by the cards that we've been dealt. It's how we play them that counts. So I'm asking you, as you take your next step in your life's journey, to make a personal commitment. Commit to changing the world. This isn't a soundbite. All journeys however long, start with a single step. And if we act and behave consistently in pursuit of a goal or dream, then we can make positive change. You are blessed with talent and a great education. You have demonstrated qualities, resilience, determination, and courage. Don't stop now. In the next phase of your personal journey, be kind, be tolerant, be objective, be fair. In whatever role you take on, show support for colleagues, show professional commitment to your clients, your patients, and your customers. Be respectful to our planet. Volunteer in your community. Instill in your children the values of your generation. Continue to be resilient in the face of challenge. In this way, by using the talents you have demonstrated here at Leeds Beckett University, you will, step by step, change our world for the better. You are our future. You have everything in you that you need to succeed. So on behalf of all of us here at Leeds Beckett University, until we can meet again, I wish you all happiness and every success. Good luck in your journey.
Speaking on behalf of the Carnegie School of Sport, we now present Dean of School, Peter McCreth.
Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, graduands, graduates and guests. As Dean, it is a privilege to welcome you to today's Carnegie School of Sport graduation ceremony, which is unique in that we are joined by graduands from our class of 2022, 2021 and 2020. A reminder of the challenges we've all faced in recent years, the changes we've had to make, and that despite adversity, we can achieve our goals. Congratulations to you all. It is also an honour to stand here representing the staff who have partnered with you on your academic journey so far, working tirelessly to support you as teacher, mentor, colleague and friend. They are the heart and soul of our school, committed to making a difference, and I know they share my pride and that of your family and friends in seeing you cross the stage and graduate today. As Dean, I must also remind you that this is your day to celebrate. Some of you have waited a long time. Therefore, in true Carnegie and Beckett sport tradition, we would expect you to be enthusiastic, passionate, and simply loud in celebration of your own achievements and those of your peers. Our students, staff and alumni have continued this year to add to the rich history of our Carnegie School of Sport. Graduating students across our sport, exercise and health sciences degrees have not only excelled in their academic studies, but also through achievements outside our classrooms, laboratories and lecture theatres. This may have been through competitive sport, by representing the university, one of our partners, or even their country, or by working within our community, developing their CV and making a difference to those who you've supported. The shared experiences you have had with those also crossing the stage today will create lifelong friendships, providing an invaluable foundation for your next steps, both personally and professionally. Our academic staff continue to seek ways in which their passion and expertise can be used to make a difference to the communities we live in and the sport and physical activity industries we serve, underpinning the reputation and currency of our degree programmes. Working with the Rugby Football League and Super League, staff are measuring head accelerations using mouthguard technology to support better practice with concussion and player welfare. We've partnered with the Association for Physical Education in developing CPD programmes to help teachers support physical activity in schools. And we're developing nutrition strategies in football through our support of Leeds United and Huddersfield Town. I'm fortunate to have met many alumni who have also studied at our Headingley campus. Whether at an international, local or individual level, they continue to inspire and influence. This year, Emily Scarrett became only the 5th woman to reach 100 rugby union test caps for England. Alex Yee and Georgie Taylor-Brown were awarded MBEs for services to triathlon. Emily Campbell retained a European weightlifting title. Lucy Bronze represents England this evening in the Euro 22 quarter-final. and Kevin Sinfield MBE has continued to raise awareness and funds for motor neuron disease, supporting his friend and Leeds Beckett Honorary Rob Burrow MBE. The many alumni I've met, including Michelle Carney, who you will hear from later this afternoon, have common characteristics which go beyond the discipline knowledge they and you will have learned throughout your degree programme. The first of these is that they seek to understand an issue or problem before considering what needs to be done. Essential if we don't want to make the same mistakes as others who have gone before us. They are also curious, excited by trying new approaches to challenges and problems, embracing failure as a valuable process along the way. They're pragmatic, recognising that making a start on a project or finding common ground with others provides the first step in making a difference. Our alumni are also teachers, whether through qualification or simply through behaviour, sharing what they have learned and celebrating the positive impact it has on others. And finally, our alumni have a purpose and a passion for something they love, motivating them beyond extrinsic rewards. This passion may change over time, depending on experience, but at its heart is a craving to make a difference. Through your time with us, I hope that you have developed a desire to understand, to be curious, to be pragmatic, to pass on your knowledge to others, and to find a passion that makes a difference to the people and communities you connect with throughout the exciting journey that lies ahead. I now invite Dr. Andrew Manley to announce the awards for Carnegie School of Sport. Thank you.
Graduands and graduates, this is the moment where your individual achievements will be recognised, alongside those of your classmates. Please remain seated until one of our ushers asks you to stand. Remember to bring your announcer or name card with you as you queue up at the side of the stage. When you get to the stage, don't forget to smile for photos and your stage clip, which we'll send to you later. Parents, supporters, mums, dads, grandparents and friends, we ask that you remain seated during this part of the ceremony, but we encourage loud applause and cheers for our graduands and graduates.
Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I'm pleased to present graduands and graduates from the Carnegie School of Sport for the following awards. From the Physical Activity and Health, from the award of Master of Science Physical Activity and Health 2020 and recipient of the Dean's Prize for Studies in Physical Activity and Health at Master's level, Holly Clemetshaw. For the awards, Master of Science Physical Activity and Health in 2020, Joe Straw. From the Physical Activity, Exercise and Health course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2021, George Abraham. Megan Askoff. The recipient of Beckett Award Gold, Amelia Bird. Alice Blades. Isabel Hobbs. Emily Porter. Samuel Seston. Bethany Wilson. Recipient of the Dean's Prize for Studies in Physical Activity, Exercise and Health, Leah Woodhead. From the Physical Activity, Exercise and Health course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2022, Harry Bates. Freya Bennison. Ruth Brady. Holly Dawes. Leah Fletcher. Molly Havard. Jessica Kneebone. Lucy Moore. Ellie Jade Pierce. Thomas Spencer. Leilani Umanga. Ellie Wormersley. From the Psychology of Sport and Exercise course for the award of Master of Science 2020, Leah Barrow. Rebecca Barton. Abigail Cairnswood. The next award is for Najee Jackson. This is a posthumous award, and Najee's family are joining us online where they are watching from America. Jessica Johnson. Emily Lesniewski. Adam McCarthy. Olivia Park. Catherine Robbins. Kelly Sheerans. Ryan Smith. Rebecca Sutton. Nicola Wells. From the Psychology of Sport and Exercise course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Charlie Bonner. Amy Cope. Nick Firth. Jessica Hayburn. Emma Little. Callum Mather. Kaylee Pete. Lydia Reynolds. Amy Roberts. Abby Royal. From the Psychology of Sport and Exercise course for the award of Master of Science 2022, Harry Boland. Charlotte Dolby. Alicia Hartley. Caroline Healy. Zoe Helm. Sharon Tarandi. From the Sport Performance course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2022, and I have it back to front, apologies, Dina Adams. Saoirse Brannigan. Henry Brelly. Samuel Hunt. Laura Kelly. Gregory Mulheron. Harry Richardson. Liam Woods. Megan Botha. From the Sport and Exercise Biomechanics course for the award of Postgraduate Diploma 2021, Mohammed Shariz Alam. From the Sport and Exercise Biomechanics course for the award of Master of Science 2020, Hannah Blackburn. Connor Jackson. Thomas Williams. From the Sport and Exercise Biomechanics course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Christopher Allen. Matthew Anderson. Zoe Brindle. Joshua Kingston. Michael Plumley. Orjitha Prime. Sarah Walker. From the Sport and Exercise Biomechanics course for the award of Master of Science 2022, Olivia Oak. From the Sport and Exercise Nutrition course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2022, Harriet Appleyard. Jessica Bannister. Ellie Britton. George Collins. Harry Cox. Francesca Davis. Charlotte Dodsworth. Bailey Donahue. Maya Grzinchich. Luke Hodgson. Madison Hunting. Joe Jackson. Bethany Johnson. Sophie Knowles. Alexandra Lane. Molly Lister. Henry Scott. Thomas Spooner. From the Sport and Exercise Nutrition course for the award of Postgraduate Certificate 2021, Rituja Mahesh Rajmani. Sorry, you get it later. From the Sport and Exercise Nutrition course for the award of Postgraduate Diploma 2022, Tom Coleman. From the Sport and Exercise Nutrition course for the award of Master of Science 2020, Chelsea Babbage. Jacob Bell. Jack Blackburn. Cameron Blake. Will Farley. Ben Guttridge. Sarah Hunter. Zoe Lucas. Evie Mannings. Owen Smith. Gemma Spears. Emma Squires. Ellen Turnbull. Katie Ward. Christina Viayak. From the Sport and Exercise Nutrition course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Devon Anderson. Jack Gerard. Liam Howells. Sam Keane. Gareth King. Casey Marshall. James Milner. Molly Thompson. From the Sport and Exercise Nutrition course for the award of Master of Science 2022, Stephen Bell. Oscar Bergvist. Fallon Parker. Beatrice Ribeiro. Beth Vickers. From the Sport and Exercise Physiology course for the award of Master of Science 2020, Fraser Handley. Peter Hepburn. Jason Holt. Marie Korzipa. Eve McCallone. Joe Sales. Jamie Walters. From the Sport and Exercise Physiology course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Jacob Benson. Phoebe Brooks. Benjamin Brown. Chloe Cahill. Susanna Creighton. Kate Gledhill. James Harbergum. Sean Husband. Chris Johnson. Ethan McKay. Ian McKee. Esme Newton. Ashley Pattinson. Sam Roberts. Kyle Stobbs. Amy Stout. Edward Swift. Elliot Windley. From the Sport and Exercise Physiology course for the award of Master of Science 2022, Sam Brinkley. From the Sport and Exercise Science course for the award of Bachelor of Science 2021, Tanisha Josamu. From the Sport and Exercise Science course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2020, Tom Ashton. Billy Austin. Eddie Bailey. Tommy Brett. Tom Briscoe. Thomas Burns. Ross Carson. Milo Corkwell. Poppy Concannon. Louise Condliffe. Alicia Coultate. Bryony Cox. Megan Crossland. Tom Derbyshire. Bethany Donnelly. Elliot Douch. James Doty. Maria England. Miles Fennell. Ellie Ferguson. Charlie Fisher. Zoe Gerard. Connor Grayson. Harriet Hill. Thomas Howarth. Uzaya Iqbal. Madison Jackson. Alicia James. Subhadra Jivan Freer. Thomas Kelly. Owen Kennett. Kieran Lofthouse. Kay Manson. Gregory Moran. Martin Ngo. Liam Platts. Erica Pontarolo. Tom Preston. Sam Rigg. Evie Robinson. James Rowley. Eman Salim. Adi Miriama Seru. Gemma Sharples. Benjamin Sugarman. Alice Sweeney. Eli Tolson. Oliver Topping. Sophie Uller. Hannah Walton. Gemma Whitwam. Daniel Woodall. From the Sport and Exercise Science course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2021, Zoe Ballantyne. Joshua Bainbridge. Grace Beasley. Callum Blackburn. George Bristol. Larissa Brown. Lauren Bruton Long. Isabella Burnley. Alexander Cassiaro. Mason Cook. Samuel Cooley. Spencer Cope. William Cullimore. Catherine Cuthbert. Megan Davis. Oliver Davey. Liam Donnelly. Harry Everson. Olivia Ferguson. Daniel Foster. Abby Gordon. Charlie Green. Georgia Henderson. Luke Henshaw. Danielle Hicks. Zoe Irving. Emily Jagger. Jess Jones. Shabazz Khan. Nicholas Kulagin-Lapp. Lauren Lockhart. Charlotte Lowe. Katie Lusby. Callum MacLeod. Sophie Martin. Keith Mavinganise. Sam Mawson. Luke Midgley. Joseph Miller. Callum Molyneux. Athena Morley. Lewis Morris. Laura Newsom. Anna Omersha. Yasmin Othman. Toby Park. Katie Parnaby. Danica Proctor. Lewis Pryke. Megan Raymond. Hannah Spy. Zach Simpson. Abby Speechley. Lewis Spencer. Cameron Wade. Thomas Walker. Lydia Waring. Jack Webb. Samantha Wellham. Daniel Wheatland. Ethan Joseph Wick. Oliver Withington. Ellie Woodcock. Jessica Woodcock. Niall Wright. From the Sport and Exercise Science course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2022, Ansel Andrews. Daniel Appleby. William Armour. Ethan Aria. Megan Ovellano. Elliot Baker. Amy Bakes. Adam Banwell. Kieran Belton. Danny Betty. Sam Blytheman. Holly Brocklehurst. Max Burt. Thomas Cassidy. Rachel Chisholm. Harry Clark. Mead Clark. Matthew Clegg. Bradley Culver. Jamie Cooper. James Corness. James Cosgrove. Laura Craig. Evie Crampon. James Crawford. Robert Crawley. Abu Dad. George Davis. George Dickinson. Sam Dickinson. John Samuel Dobson. Niall Dolan. Amy Dubber. Ben Ellison Tope. Saif Eldeen. Emma Falkingham. Cameron Farrow. Joel Fireman. John Fletcher. Joshua Fletcher. Luke Fraser. Alex Gardner. Lauren Gent. Toby Giddings. Ryan Goodall. Charlie Good. Harley Graham Scott. Jack Haig. Thomas Haley. Ross Harker. Charlotte Harris. Lewis Harrison. Jacob Hewson. Cecilia Heim. Reese Hurst. Hannah Hodson. Jordan Howard. Daniel Howells. Alexander Hughes. Guy Hughes. Kazim Hussein. Reese Jackson. Jordan Jerome. Katerina Ioannou. Emily Johnson. Megan Jones. Amaya Joshi. Joe Joyce. Karolina Kachurkova. Madeline Keneally Smith. Luke Kilday. Aristea Knight. Nathan Lane. Krista Lavender. Jack Laventure. Eve Layton. Alicia Levy. Jack Llewellyn. Chloe Loosley. Ryan Lyle. Matthew Maguire. Ben Hemsley. Rowan Matthews. Holly Mattison. Ella McCammon. Charlie McGraw. Olivia McManus. Dougal McPetrie. Holly Meller. Ashley Mellors. Samuel Midgley. Ben Moore. Sarah Mushtaq. Sufyan Nazir. Dylan Nesbitt. Faye Ogle. Jonathan O'Neill. Tom Palin. Oliver Pearson. Corey Phillips. Lizzie Pickard. Megan Pilkington. Oliver Plowman. Jenna Pohl. James Porter. Benjamin Powell. Megan Sophia Prince. Fraser Radcliffe. James Richards. Hannah Ridley. Callum Rigby. Nathan Room. Jack Rose. Peter Royal. Tyler Russell. Freddie Scarborough. Thomas Robert Seven. Jacob Smith. Matthew Snowden. William Stevenson. Mason Stoicha. Molly Swales. Maisie Swan Taylor. Scott Thompson. James Thornton. Dan Tomlinson. Mohammed Usman. Bilal Usmani. Kingsley Uzor. Katie Verity. Ethan Wade. Hannah Wadsworth. Thomas Watkins. Robin Wheeler. Ella Williams. Samuel Williams. Henry Wilson. Alex Witchell. Aidan Woodcock. Ellis Worrell. Guy Worstonholme. Jasmine Wright. Jenny Young. From the Sport and Exercise Science course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Chawada Mukabali. Rekha Matthew. Muzi Moyo. Matthew Purcell. From the Sport and Exercise Science with Foundation Year course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2022, Rafi O'Ray. Benji Conway. Kelsey Davis. James Howard. John Norton. Jack Pullen. From the Sport, Physical Activity and Health course for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours 2020, Dragos Bindilia. Callum L.C. Thomas Hunt. Katie Jones. Adam Lees. Jemima Merrin. Kerry Morley. Freya Renison Ben. Jack Robertson. Kathleen Taylor. From the Strength and Conditioning course for the award of Postgraduate Certificate 2020, Matthew Thompson. From the Strength and Conditioning course for the award of Master of Science 2020, Emma Abbott. Razul Faizolahi. Andrew Hyde. Akeem Pinder. Davon Sanderson. Matthew Turner. From the Strength and Conditioning course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Chris Baines. Angelos Barbas. Adam Clayton. Jordan Collins. Matthew English. From the Strength and Conditioning course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Rory Finch. Rebecca Goodwin. Zach Holdaway. Ryan Leggett. Saskia Lewis. From the Strength and Conditioning course for the award of Master of Science 2021, Edward Miles. Oliver Parker. From the Strength and Conditioning course for the award of Master of Science 2022, Samuel Cleaver. James Cobbina. Kieran Cryan. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I'm now pleased to present graduands and graduates from across the university who have joined today's ceremony. From the filmmaking course for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours 2022, Callum Mackay. I now invite Professor Andrew Slade to present the Research Awards for the Carnegie School of Sport.
The degree of Masters by Research is awarded to candidates who have investigated and evaluated a topic using a research methodology appropriate to the subject area. Each candidate will have written a thesis examined by a panel of experts. For a thesis entitled Interpersonal Stress in Sport, Exploring Coping in the Coach, Athlete, Parent Triad. Utilizing qualitative research methods, this thesis aims to understand the shared stresses of the coach-athlete-parent triad, how they collectively cope with such stresses, and what facilitates coping strategies. For the award of Masters by Research in Sport and Exercise Psychology, I present Chloe Woodhead. A degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to candidates who have pursued a program of individual research leading to work of publishable quality. Each candidate will have written a substantial thesis and have been examined by a panel of experts at a viva voce examination. For a thesis entitled Biomechanical Responses to Positional Changes in Cycling, through a comprehensive analysis of cycling biomechanics, Niels has investigated how athletes respond to changes in their upper body position to better understand performance implications. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Niels Jongeris. For a thesis entitled Whole Body Kinematics and Upper Body Muscle Activation in Elite Male and Female Race Walkers, Helen's biomechanical analysis was on some of the world's best race walkers, including Olympians and World Championship medalists, using 3D motion capture, electromyography, and statistical parameter mapping. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Helen Gravestock. For the thesis entitled Muscle Tendon Function During Cycling, Structural and Functional Properties of Trained and Untrained Populations. This was an investigation into chronic adaptations to the triceps area muscle tendon complex, including various mechanical, architectural, and neural factors, following prolonged loading in different trained populations. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Josh Walker. For a thesis entitled Substrate Oxidation and Appetite Responses in Normobaric Hypoxia and Normoxia. Alex's thesis investigated the use of several nutritional interventions to improve endurance and operational capability in mountaineers, military personnel, and athletes during high-altitude exposure. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Alexander Griffiths. For a thesis entitled An Investigation into Actual Food Environment, Researcher-Defined Food Environments, Exposure to Food Outlets, Outlet Use, and Obesity. Wendy's research used geospatial methods to explore the influence of actual food environment to obesity, taking into consideration exposures to multiple contexts in time and space at an individual level. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Wendy Marwa. For a thesis entitled The Acute Effects of School-Based Run-Walk Initiatives on Physical Activity, Executive Function, and Academic Performance. This thesis investigated the acute effectiveness of run-walk interventions on physical activity and function skills in primary school children. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Jade Morris. For a thesis entitled Evaluating the Adequacy of Dietary Intakes in Adolescent Rugby League and Rugby Union Players. For the first time in academy rugby players, gold standard measures were used in this thesis to determine the adequacy of dietary intake and current sports nutrition recommendations. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Deborah Smith. For a thesis entitled An Investigation into Nutritional Intakes and Immune Function in Rugby. The aim of Emma's research was to understand the role of nutrition in immune function in professional rugby and develop appropriate nutritional guidance for players and practitioners. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Emma Tester. For a thesis entitled Exercise and Nutritional Interventions to Improve Appetite Regulation, Body Composition and Muscle Function in Older Adults. This research assessed the role of muscle size in regulating appetite and energy intake to improve overall health and quality of life in older adults. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Kelsey Johnson. For a thesis entitled The Therapeutic Utility of Omega-3 Polyunsaturated Fatty Acid Supplementation in Type 1 Diabetes. Lauren's thesis examined the effect of omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acid supplementation on glucose control, metabolic parameters, and vascular risk in people living with Type 1 diabetes. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Lauren O'Mahony. For a thesis entitled Evaluation of the Movement Characteristics of Rugby League Referees, Whole Match to Duration-Specific Analysis. This thesis is the most comprehensive evaluation of the movement demands of European Super League and Australasian National Rugby League referees, providing novel insights into the peak match demands. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Amy Maria Reichmont. For a thesis entitled Quantification and Evaluation of Factors Associated with Training Load in Adolescent Athletes. The training load of adolescent athletes was evaluated by validating quantification methods, comparing training load between playing standards and identifying challenges which limit training prescription. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Sean Scantlebury. For a thesis entitled Rugby League Academy Match Characteristics, Comparison between Levels and Impact on Training. This thesis provides data on the physical and technical tactical characteristics of rugby league match play across levels to assist in training practices and enhancing the impact of research. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Sarah Whitehead. For a thesis entitled The Effects of Heat Exposure and Prolonged Intermittent Exercise on Central Fatigue and Cognitive Function in Team Sport. This thesis explored the psychobiological effects of heat on athletes' cognitive and physical performance. The findings offer insights for facilitating team sport performance in hot conditions. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Kate Donan. For our thesis entitled Super League Match Characteristics in Rugby League, Considerations for League-Wide Projects. This was an exploratory investigation into league-wide physical match characteristics in senior male professional rugby league, as quantified by Global Navigation Satellite Systems Technology. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Nicholas Dalton Barron. For a thesis entitled, Using Behavioral Science to Understand the Dietary Behaviors of Elite Athletes. Megan's PhD has drawn on behavioral science to advance understanding of the dietary behaviors of elite athletes to inform the professional practice of sports and exercise nutritionists. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Megan Bentley. For a thesis entitled, An Investigation into Socio-Ecological Influences on Adolescent Dietary Behavior. This thesis used a socio-ecological model to investigate cross-sectional and longitudinal influences on dietary behaviors, using a local and national sample of adolescents. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Hannah Greatwood. For a thesis entitled, Detection Methods, Medication Use and Sports Performance in Athletes with Exercise-Induced Bronchoconstriction. Hayden's thesis evaluated the accuracy of diagnostic methods employed to detect exercise-induced bronchoconstriction and qualitatively explored the attitudes and perception of asthma medication use in competitive sport. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Hayden Allen. For a thesis entitled, Football Coaches' Perceived Role in Young Players' Psychosocial and Moral Character Development Across Performance and Participation Domains. Through an interpretivist lens, this thesis provides original in-depth insights into how and why coaches aim to develop moral character in male and female youth football players across both academy and grassroots settings, offering a range of novel ideas to advance research and coach education. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Owen Murray. For a thesis entitled, Unraveling the Role of the Sports Psychologist in Talent Development, a Critical Realist Action Research Case Study in Rugby League. This research used an action research approach to understand how sports psychologists can go about supporting the effective development of athletes, addressing the research practice gap within the field. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Charlotte Hinchcliffe. for a thesis entitled Activity Space, Perceived Neighbourhoods and Buffers, Exploring Spatial Definitions in Adolescence. This thesis used global positioning systems and accelerometers to investigate the accuracy of 30 spatial methods in defining adolescents' daily movements, physical activity behaviours, and perceived environments. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Alex Christensen. For a thesis entitled A National Collaborative Analysis of the NCMP Process with Parents, Carers and Other Stakeholders. This thesis explores the delivery of Public Health England's National Child Measurement Programme across England and the perceptions of parents and local government authority employees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, I present Dr. Martin Caddick. Pro-Chancellor, Chair of Governors, Dean. That concludes awards for this ceremony.
Today's ceremony features an honorary award. Leeds Beckett University is proud to recognise individuals who have excelled in their field or made a significant contribution to public life with an honorary degree. We have awarded more than 250 honorary degrees since 1982. Many of our honorary graduates are also graduates of our university. Whether they are already alumni or not, our honorary graduates represent the values that we promote to our students: excellence, inspiration, creativity, professionalism, enterprise, integrity, and a desire to make the world a better place for others. Today, we are pleased to present Michelle Carney with an honorary doctorate of the university.
My name is Michelle Carney. I am the founder and CEO of Purpose Driven Impact. I studied for a BA Honours in Leisure Studies and graduated in 1994. Leeds Beckett is a really friendly place. I really liked the course. The campus of Headingley was absolutely beautiful. Every 18, 19, 20-year-old should experience the pride of coming out after 3 or 4 years with a qualification and knowing that you've really achieved, not only academically, but in terms of life and friendships and general experience. I started my career volunteering in Leeds Sports Development. I went over to America and worked with people with brain injuries and challenging behaviours. I worked in the Learning Disability Service and got my dream job in sports development in Stockport. I was then the Chief Executive Officer of Special Olympics in Great Britain. I completely restructured and transformed the whole charity. My favourite bit was meeting our athletes by giving young people with a learning or intellectual disability the right opportunity, the support, that amazing things can happen. I set up my own consultancy called Purpose Driven Impact. I was lucky enough to be contacted by the Chair of Comic Relief to develop a partnership with Birmingham 2022, the Commonwealth Games, and the Future of Sport Relief to develop a true legacy and ultimately transform millions of lives. It's a passion, and a passion for the athletes. Harrison, his parents were told when he was born he would never walk, talk or sit up. In Abu Dhabi, he won a gold medal in judo. Niall Geit, he was pretty much non-verbal. through the right support. He came up with this idea. He's drawn over 150 stadiums, raised over £6,500. Tasha Sweeney-Meadowcroft. She came to me as a 16-year-old when I said, oh, let's create an apprenticeship for you. And she's now supporting and creating programmes for young women just like her. A mentor of mine, Professor Margaret Talbot, she said, Michelle, you have a voice and you should never be afraid to use it. Say what you think, because you know, the more we do that, the more we get change. I used to say, how do I thank you? And she just said to me, pay it forward. You know, somebody did it for her many years ago, she did it for me, and that is my duty to pay it forward, and for all those people to continue to pay it forward, and that's how we get great change across the world. When I got the news I was being conferred this honorary doctorate, it blew my mind. I'm really humbled to have been recognised for my passion. I hope that I can help inspire a young Michelle or a young Michael to say, actually, anything is possible.
Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests. It is a privilege and a pleasure to introduce Michelle Carney for the award of Honorary Doctor of the University Honoris Causa. Michelle has always had a passion for sport and business. In her early career, she worked in disability sports development. This passion was ignited while studying leisure studies BA Hons at Leeds Metropolitan University, as we were some time ago, where she had the opportunity to volunteer with Leeds sports development and build relationships which she still maintains today. Michelle has enjoyed a diverse career, working in the UK, USA, Australia and Africa. She has held CEO and director roles since 2002, leading grassroots sports partnerships and organisations. She has worked on many major national and global sporting events and strongly believes in the power of sport to transform lives. Michelle has worked in the commercial sector, professional sport and international sport. This includes working as a country director for Kick for Life FC, based in Lesotho in southern Africa, which was the world's first football club exclusively dedicated to social change, where she built an innovative social enterprise. She also established the Lancashire Cricket Club Foundation in 2011, back home. Most recently, Michelle has spent 3 years as CEO of the Special Olympics in Great Britain. She led the complete transformation of the charity and the development of a new strategy, Inclusion in Action, which was launched in June 2021. Michelle is passionate about inclusion, diversity and belonging, as well as creating inclusive environments which inspire people to be the best they can be. She's also passionate about empowering others. She coaches and mentors young, aspiring leaders across the globe. Paying it forward, I think, were your words. Michelle founded Purpose Driven Impact Limited in August 2021 and is currently leading the partnership between Sport Relief and the 2022 Commonwealth Games. She's also working in Made by Sport to design and lead a major donor fundraising programme to unlock significant investment in the sport for good sector. She's also working closely, as you've just heard, with Comic Relief to transform Sport Relief from one night of campaigning on television every 2 years to a year-round programme which will transform even more lives using the power of sport for good. Michelle, For your service to sport, it is my great pleasure to call upon the Chair of the Board of Governors, David Lowen, to confer upon you the award of Honorary Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
I know it's a long time, I need the loo as well, so we'll Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished colleagues, graduands and graduates and guests. I stand here humbled and quite frankly still in shock about being bestowed this wonderful honour. The 10-year-old girl from humble beginnings, sitting in a class at school in Human Moss Side, could never have imagined this was possible. My journey to this point has been quite a ride. It's been full of highs and lows and twists and turns, and has sometimes felt like a movie script. Graduands and graduates, a huge congratulations on your achievements, not least for the ladies being able to walk across the stage in those beautiful heels. Your journey to graduation has been different and challenging in so many ways. So well done on making it through one of the most extraordinary periods in all of our lives. I enjoyed my time immensely at Leeds. I made some great friends and created some wonderful memories. I had never even contemplated going to university. I'm not even sure I knew what it was or that it was an option. My parents grew up in large Irish farming families, and like many Irish people, they got on the boat to England when they were 16 years of age to find work and eventually landed in Manchester, where I was raised. I was at college studying business and finance when a tutor called Cheryl asked me if I'd considered putting my passion for sport together with my business acumen and studying at university. Fast forward to cycling up to Beckett Park on my first day, terrified and excited about what lay ahead, and then coming back to my bike and finding that someone had stolen my lights, but that's another story. You'll have heard some of my career highlights, but it is fair to say I've had less than a traditional path, enjoying many different experiences in different cities and countries, including America, Australia, and Africa. I've worked in the Learning Disability Service, I managed a chain of Irish pubs in Australia, I became quite a young director and CEO within the sports sector. Then after a period of ill health, I left my role as CEO to recuperate and decide my next steps. It was 2008 and the economy crashed and no one was hiring. After 2 years and over 900 job applications, I ran out of money and ended up bankrupt. I lost my home and everything material in my life. I went from being a CEO to working behind a bar for £5.93 an hour at Lancashire Cricket, where I'd worked whilst at college and uni. During that time, I met the president, Jack Livingston, who wanted to raise £1 million for the president's appeal, but he didn't know how to do it. This led me to establishing the Lancashire Cricket Club Foundation in 2011 with Jack's initial investment. My next stop was to Lesotho in Southern Africa for my next crazy adventure. This is where I learned some incredible lessons and skills, and I strengthened the charity and led the development of an innovative social enterprise. We used football as a tool to combat HIV/AIDS, working with orphans and vulnerable children and children who lived on the streets. Here I saw what poverty is. I learned about corruption, privilege, and the power of sport to combat social issues and bring communities together. This was a life-enhancing period in so many ways. I went back to professional sport and then on to international development before landing my dream job as CEO of Special Olympics Great Britain, where I spent 3 years transforming the charity. I continue to be inspired by the athletes of Special Olympics around the world with intellectual and learning disabilities who smash down barriers and show what is possible with the right support, time, and investment. My career and experiences have given me so many learnings which I'd like to share with you. Try out different roles and different environments to see what suits you. We are all unique and we learn in different ways. Find out what makes you thrive. Never be afraid to use your voice. As leaders, it's your responsibility to create environments where everyone feels able to speak. You will often find the best ideas come from those who sit quietly around meeting tables. Leadership has changed. We need leaders who care. We need leaders with empathy, emotional intelligence, and those who are authentic. People do business with people, so whatever sector you land in, you must remember that relationships are everything. Always choose to include. Champion inclusion and seek diversity of thought and opinions. It will be the best thing you ever do. Innovation and change require thinking differently and being prepared to be unpopular. Not everyone will like you. Be at peace with this. It means you are making things happen. When you get knocked down, which you will, you must get back up again every time. Failure is an opportunity to learn and reflect and come back stronger. I've had high highs and extreme lows. Life can get very tough, and you may reach a point where you feel there's no way out. I've been there a couple of times. There's no shame in it. What I know from my experience is that if you can hold on for one more day and reach out to just one more person, there is hope. By holding on during the darkest times, the universe will show you another path, and you will find your light again. The most wonderful opportunities have followed some of my darkest days. I urge you all to stand up for what is right and be prepared to stand against what is wrong. We need people who will advocate for the voiceless and stand up and be heard when they see something which is not okay. No one succeeds alone. I would like to thank everyone who I have met on my journey, both friends and foes. Even though my life has had many ups and downs, I wouldn't change any of it. Every experience has taught me that I am stronger, more resilient, braver, and have more courage than ever before. I'd like to wholeheartedly thank all at Leeds Beckett University for bestowing this incredible honour on me. I commit to using it wisely and hope it will inspire another 10-year-old me to see what is possible. Graduands and graduates, once again, I congratulate you on your achievements to date. Please believe that you have an awful lot to offer this world. And some final thoughts for you. Embrace difference and uniqueness. Don't compare yourself to others, and aim to be the very best version of you. Find people and environments that raise you up and walk away from those that don't. Be kind to yourself and always be kind to others. Develop resilience and embrace change. If you find yourself in a dark place, please hold on. The dial will turn. Never let anyone dim your light. You are capable of more than you know, and just make sure you use your power to raise others up. Life is short, so do what makes you happy. Embrace failure. Everything in life is an opportunity to learn, and you have a voice. You should never be afraid to use it. Put yourself out there and shine your light. You never know who you are inspiring. And most importantly, use your power wisely. Be authentic, have courage, be brave, develop resilience, be kind, and always choose to include. Thank you for listening. Thank you for this honour, and good luck to each and every one of you. Make sure you celebrate your achievements and create amazing memories. Have fun and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Congratulations, graduates. Well done on what you have achieved. please welcome back your Dean of School, who will formally confer your award and congratulate you on everything that you have achieved.
Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, graduands and graduates and guests, I now ask that all of our graduands and graduates who are able to, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degrees and awards of Leeds Beckett University for which you have qualified. Congratulations. Graduates, sounds good, doesn't it? We are all here today to celebrate your achievements. It's a real privilege and a great joy for us to be able to share in your success. Many of you will have been lucky enough to have unwavering support throughout your studies. I would like to invite all graduates to show your vast appreciation to your families and guests today for their countless sacrifices, encouragement, bank of mum and dad, inspiration, motivation, unconditional love and support. And so, graduates, please applaud. Let us all now take a moment to recognise those who have graduated in absentia, whose names were displayed at the start of the ceremony. Whilst they are not here with us today, we recognise their achievements and we recognise yours. And so, graduates and guests, please applaud. Graduates, you can now be seated. Thank you. Finally, on behalf of everyone here at the Carnegie School of Sport at Leeds Beckett University, may I congratulate you once again on your achievements and on your graduation ceremony here today. Thank you.
And now, a short video of congratulations from your school.
Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests. Before we close, we shouldn't miss any opportunity just to demonstrate how proud we are of the achievements of our graduates. So please join me again in congratulating them today. So now, please remain seated until the academic procession has left the auditorium. Graduates, please leave after the academic procession, and guests, please follow after the graduates have left the auditorium. Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests, I now declare the formal proceedings closed. Thank you.
Our academic procession is now leaving, which marks the end of your graduation ceremony. Once the procession have left the auditorium, our ushers will then ask graduates to leave first, followed by guests. Once you have met up with your family and friends outside of the arena, we ask that you move back to the Rose Bowl as quickly as possible, where there will be informal photo opportunities, music, refreshments, and a special guest appearance from Beckett Bear. Congratulations, graduates, and enjoy the rest of your special day.